So amongst doing a beauty segment here with Cosmo, Dan has also, people have been clamoring to be dished upon.
Oh, yes.
Dan is ready to dish straight from Epstein Island.
Ooh.
Not
no,
straight from Epstein Island.
Wait, that's where he went when he was away?
Okay, right. To be fair, I didn't frame that very good. He'll be doing a story about the new Epstein emails.
Are you still talking
That's more
about
accurate.
Jeffrey Epstein?
Spill the tea, please.
Which is actually pretty fucking nuts.
Acetaminophen.
Updates from that. Yeah. Let's see. We have about an hour left. How long do you think you need for Epstein's Angels, a.k.a. Boy Throbs?
No, we're not talking about Boy Throb today. Not that we can. I mean, if you want to do that as a separate segment, but
so I have a ton of
my segment is not about Boy Throb, just to be clear.
I have a fun top of the show stuff, but why don't we just do the Epstein Dan dish
Okay,
and then
sure,
whatever.
Yeah.
Hit it, Nate.
Uh oh. Hey, whoa.
Wow, Nate, you were ready to go. It wasn't.
I know. I think we talked about this, but Tamara, what you shouldn't be dropping the dishes. You have no control over the segment.
You talked about it so many times already.
It's just, it doesn't make sense. Or unless that's how you feel, that you are completely out of control and you have no control over this segment.
No, that's not how I feel, really. No,
that's what it looks like.
Well, I didn't want to mislead anybody.
Dan, stand up for the animation. You liked it.
Oh no, I mean I do like the animation. I think it's.
You
fantastic.
agree though? The analogy doesn't make sense.
Dan,
well,
fight for it. Come up, use your brain.
It's okay to take some criticism, Tamara. It doesn't. You know what I mean? Like we like it. Okay, it's not about that. It's just like symbolically.
No,
you
it's
kinda
about
missed the mark.
symbolically. It's about he's dishing. Okay, and
So why did he drop everything?
Because it's too much. There's too much going on in the world right now.
He's out of control. He can't.
He's not
in control of his own segment.
He's not out of control. The world is out of control.
Yeah, he can't be controlled.
What's the difference?
He's just covering it.
I'm counting on Dan to dish me, not drop everything, right? Like I want a fresh plate of food, not one that was scraped off the floor.
Oh, well, we would replace it. Yeah, there's no way that we would pick up the.
Well, am I ever going to get served?
Well, you know, accidents happen, and you know, if you want to dock it from my tip a little bit, that's okay.
We'll talk about it after the show.
It's my fault, so I wouldn't.
It does make me wonder about like the level of research that's going to be involved.
Yeah.
If it's somebody that's like clumsy.
Are you not well-trained waiter?
Listen,
did you not work at California
I'm trying to
Pizza
balance
Kitchen?
several things here. I'm trying to stand up for myself. I'm trying to be respectful to my boss, and I'm trying to not throw an employee.
Oh yeah, you're trying to be respectful to your boss. That's the first time I've heard that one.
These three things. I feel like I'm holding plates on my arms, and I can't keep it in my arms.
Don't drop them. All right, go ahead. We don't want to get too worked up here. We didn't even start talking about Epstein yet.
Yeah.
All right.
In fact, can we just reset?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nate, roll the island background.
Hit it!
Text is a little cummy.
What?
It is.
No, literally what? What did you say?
The text is a little cummy.
A little cummy?
That's right. That's what I said.
What the fuck?
We said this last time too.
You know exactly what it means. Yeah, we already even talked about it.
I had to see it. Play.
Yeah, let's play it.
What's gooey and white?
Because it's white and it's gooey?
Yeah, what's gooey and white?
I mean, there's other things.
You've got a one-track mind, buddy.
Name it.
Milk.
What's on the plate then, Tamara? You made it.
It's
right now,
freaking soap.
That's not soap. That's like unlathered. That's an unlathered substance. Thank you. Moving on.
Gallo said every time you see this intro, you have a new set of comments.
Listen, maybe if... No comment.
No comment. Okay.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so yeah, it's been a while since we've done one of these, and it's because there really hasn't been much news on this story for the last couple months, largely because the news cycle has been dominated by the shutdown.
Well, also there's been an effort from the Trump and co is to bury it, right?
I don't know how much of that was explicit, although now it is. But no, I think it largely just the media and the news cycle had just really shifted focus onto the shutdown fight because, understandably, it was the biggest story going on. But pretty much the moment that the shutdown ended, in fact, the same day, that the deal was going to be signed by Trump, this Epstein stuff has come roaring back into the headlines, and it is quite interesting. There has been a bunch of revelations. So just to kind of catch you up, if you don't really recall, there's been a lot of talk for several years now about getting to the bottom of the entire Epstein conspiracy consortium of rich and powerful people that he associated with over the years, people from both the Democratic and Republican Party. And so a few months ago...
Everyone likes kids, Dan.
That's not...
What?
I get what you're trying to say, and that's...
Everybody likes kids.
In fact, that's not even true across the board. Some people don't like kids.
Everybody likes kids. Maybe don't want a kid, but people like kids for the most part.
There's people out there that are real assholes that just hate young...
Some people want to fuck them.
And then some of those
And
people
that's
are
what
in
we're
this
talking
story.
about today.
Yep. No, we don't have to...
Now we're dishing.
We're well into the segment. The timing on this is fine.
Yeah.
Roll the traffic.
I also, real quick, they on South Park last night, they did a cartoon sex scene between JD Vance and Trump, and it was the most insane thing I've ever seen.
Was it steamy?
It was.
It was pretty funny, actually. Zach showed it to me this morning.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
Was it graphic?
It's pretty graphic.
They just he's little JD. They make him from Fantasy Island, like he's tattoo. So he's like, "My God, boss, it's so big." He's like, "Oh, boss."
All right.
It's pretty good. All right. Anyways,
Roll
over
it.
here or there. No.
All right, all you, Dan. All you.
Okay, so
Dish away.
like I was
Let
saying,
Dan talk.
I'm said dish away. You just dish. Don't roll it again.
okay.
No.
All right, end it early. Nate, come out of it now. Nate, come out of it early. Okay, thank you. Here's my co-host. So listen, for several months now, everything has been kind of on the back burner. However, another reason that it was on the back burner is that after earlier this year, those releases and all of the stuff about the video footage from the jail and everything, there was a lot of pressure, not just from Democrats, but from a lot of the Republican base. They were not happy about how this was being handled. If you recall, Pam Bondi claimed that she had the Epstein list on her desk. She said, "It's on my desk right now."
Right.
And then later said, there isn't actually a list. There's no list.
What the hell?
What the fuck was she looking at?
I'll do anything.
Yeah, I don't know. So, because of that backlash, there was talk of a vote in Congress to demand the release from the Justice Department of everything related to the case. And for some reason, there was a lot of people, especially in the Republican Party, who didn't want to do that. So what they offered instead...
What was their reasoning for not wanting to do it?
Well, the reasoning and their solution at the same time was the House Oversight Committee should be the one investigating this. And so the Speaker, Mike Johnson, ordered the House Oversight Committee to investigate it. Now, that isn't ordinarily a bad thing, but it's been widely understood that by doing it this way, the Republicans who control Congress have a little bit more control over what comes out of this investigation.
They don't want to be the ones covering up, though, too.
Yeah, no, it seems to be a delicate dance that's being played here. So anyways, that committee's investigation has been ongoing, and again, sort of sidelined by the shutdown. However, the other day, as the shutdown ended, Democrats released 3 emails that they had subpoenaed from the Justice Department. 3 specific emails. Now, they were redacted. Certain names were redacted. However, they painted a picture that is pretty explosive. You know, pretty much immediately upon reading them, everyone was like, holy shit, this seems bad.
This is straight from the DOJ.
Please.
Yes. And so I'll show you the emails right now. These are the 3 that the Democrats released. Here is one from GMax, who we all know as Ghislaine Maxwell, to gvacation at gmail.com. This is Jeffrey Epstein.
What a weird email.
Yeah. And
Try
so-
emailing that and see what happens.
I'm sure plenty of people have tried that.
He's like, I'm alive. I'm still alive somewhere.
Yeah. And so this was an email sent in 2011. So this is long before Trump was running for office in the 2016 election. At this point, he was primarily known as the host of The Apprentice, reality show star, real estate mogul from New York. He famously did try to get involved in politics prior to this in like the early 2000s, running under, I believe, the Reform Party, but one of those third-party runs that really doesn't go anywhere, and it never seemed that serious. So, again, this is before his presidential aspirations were really known. When Jeffrey Epstein was kind of dealing with the fallout of his own, slap on the wrist that he got in 2008. So, anyways, the email from Epstein to Ghislaine said, "I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump." And then redacted victim's name, spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned. Police chief, etc. I'm 75% there, which I think is just... And something we're going to discover about all of this is not just Jeffrey Epstein, but all of these powerful figures that were in his orbit. They're awful at text messaging and emailing. Like, unbelievably bad at it.
They text so weird.
They text so fucking
No, they
boomer.
they text like what you like the caricature of what you've heard about like how pedophiles text each other.
It's pretty, yeah.
To like the swirly and the fucking cheese
Like,
pizza.
so we're gonna order pizza at
Yeah, exactly.
2 p.m.
Right.
Exactly. The Modesto emails.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Maxwell replied
Hold
to
on.
him.
iDubbbz, you like that?
Gobi loves boots.
That's
I
weird,
don't
bro.
care what-
Not now.
Dobby wants, to be honest.
Gobi
So-
loves.
Dobby loves Epstein.
It's not important. So anyways, she replied and said, "I have been thinking about that, ... Okay. So
I don't really understand what's being communicated.
Right. So to give some context here, again, Epstein, it seems complicated because you're going to see very contradictory things, and it seems like the relationship was evolving over time. But as we all know, Trump doesn't even deny this. Epstein and Trump were associates for a long
Tight.
time. I think something like 15 years.
Very tight friends.
They were seemingly tight friends. And Trump has always maintained that once he learned about what Epstein was up to, he cut contact with him and kicked him out of his club at Mar-a-Lago.
You know what's funny
That's
about
been the
that?
story this whole time.
Imagine being friends with Epstein for 15 years and being like, I didn't know he was a creep. He was my best friend for 15 years. I didn't know he was a creep, you guys.
I mean, you say that that's funny, but that's what that's what Bill Gates says. That's what Larry Summers says. That's what like all these
Well,
people
Epstein
say.
was like,
Well, it seems like he was particularly close to
they
Trump.
were like besties.
Yeah, as much as these type of men
Yeah.
can be, I suppose. It's hard to say, how
I
much
didn't
of it was them
know.
using each other or whatever, because all these people are disgusting. But anyways, yes, they had a long-standing relationship. So she replied, "I've been thinking about that," which can take on a couple meanings. Now, again, this was a few years after Epstein had caught a conviction. One that's very controversial. A lot of people think that he was not. He basically was given a slap on the wrist. I think he got charged with or convicted with prostitution, essentially.
Yeah. Even though he was fucking on minors.
I don't think he was convicted on that.
But
The
that's
thing.
what
Although
that-
that was like part of it, but then he ended up pleading guilty to a lesser. This oftentimes happens in the justice.
Yeah,
system Here, but anyways, he seems in this message. It reads to me as him being bitter about the fact that Trump has not been sort of named or is not catching any of the shit, while Epstein was getting in trouble for all this stuff.
Read the email
It seems to
again.
be the implication here.
I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. So
I'm going to just tell you right now,
That
the
sounds like he's
victim's
saying-
name that was redacted in the initial release, there was a later release where it was unredacted, and what it says there is Virginia. Now, Virginia is Virginia Giuffre, I believe is how it's pronounced. The woman who accused Prince Andrew and has basically completely taken him down.
Wow,
was
okay.
one of was a longtime victim of Epstein's and was recruited from Mar-a-Lago.
Mm.
that's
It's actually
crazy.
part of the story of their supposed falling out that this woman was working in the spa at Mar-a-Lago, and Epstein recruited her and basically poached her as an employee. Putting it very lightly in quotes here.
Has it ever been?
And that upset Trump, and that's what caused him to cut off contact, which is less noble than cutting off for finding out that your friend abuses women.
It's kind of the opposite.
It's more like, you stole my employee, you asshole, get the fuck out of here.
Well, what was she doing for him?
Seems to be what happened, but your mileage may vary on that. People asking, are you sure? Yes, I am sure, because again, this same email was released unredacted in the second set of emails that came out later the same day.
And people are saying rest in peace. So she's the one.
Yes. So unfortunately, just earlier this year, she committed suicide.
Oh God.
Yeah. Her whole story is incredibly
also suspicious and weird and tragic too.
Now it's worth pointing out right away, because this is actually part of the deflection and defense that's going on with Republicans, that this woman, Virginia, famously in testimony said that Trump had never done anything to her and she had nothing bad to say about Trump at all.
Okay.
This particular woman. Now, Jeffrey Epstein had tons of victims, but the one being referred to here. Now, what is interesting is, again, this is an email from 2011, long before Trump ran for office, and they're saying that he spent hours with Virginia specifically. Now, Virginia later denied that.
So there's a conflict.
There's a conflict there. But if we take her word for it, I even have, I think, she said in testimony that Trump never touched her and that she had never seen him with any girls. So that's who was being referred to in this email.
Okay.
I read that as like he's the one that didn't snitch.
That's what I kind of thought he was bigging him up.
Yeah.
Where he's like, he's not talking.
You
to anybody.
could maybe interpret it that way too.
But then I
you'll
don't
see
know,
later. Again, there are messages later that make it pretty clear that Epstein is pretty bitter towards Trump.
Well, but then why is he a dog that doesn't bark?
But I also, like he doesn't attack? I don't know. But why does he say I'm 75% there? That part I don't understand what the reference would be. Because he says that.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that he was keeping quiet about what he knew, and so was crediting him in that way.
If he's a dog that's not barking, that's a good thing.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Nobody likes a barking dog.
Again, I'll let you decide. I don't think any of this is clear, and it's as you see more of these emails. Again, there's like this strange back and forth where he seems incredibly hostile towards Trump, and then at other times seems to, through a intermediary, almost be advising Trump on certain things, much later than anything that we've known about. There's no direct correspondence with Trump in any of these emails from what I have seen. However, as you'll see, people very close to Trump were still in communication with Epstein as late as 2018.
I mean, Trump's an experienced criminal. He knows not to communicate directly, right? I mean, that's the mob. That's the mob shit.
Right. So here it was the second one. So victim Mar-a-Lago, Trump said he asked me to resign. Never a member. Of course he knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop. So this is an email from Jeffrey Epstein to Michael Wolff, who is a journalist to one degree or another, who is coming out of these releases not looking very good. This Michael Wolff guy, I got to say, in my opinion, because Michael Wolff has positioned himself as like a Trump critic. He wrote several books on the first Trump administration, supposedly with all this insider knowledge. Well, it does seem like he was an insider. He was very inside with Jeffrey Epstein, as we're going to see. He has a lot of communication with him and seems to be advising him at times on how to improve his public image. Not a very good look for this guy, Mr. Wolff here. But anyways, so yeah, this was from Epstein to Michael Wolff explaining that Trump was either lying or somehow misrepresenting the situation when Trump said that he kicked Jeffrey Epstein out as a member of Mar-a-Lago. He's saying he was never a member.
Well, you should be able to figure that out, right?
Right. And then he said,
Yeah.
of course he knew about the girls. He asked Ghislaine to stop. So this is, again, referring to, in some way, Trump's version of events where he
asked
found
them
out
to
about this
stop.
Virginia girl getting poached from his club
Mhm.
and told them to fuck off. Now, he's presented it as, I kicked them out. It sounds more like hey, buddy, don't do that anymore. Like, now, obviously, it's different framings, very different context here, but this is a message from 2019.
That's
where,
very recent.
Where Epstein, this 2019 is the year Epstein died.
That's very recent.
So this is him.
This is
saying,
pre-arrest.
Of course, he knew about the girls. He asked Ghislaine to stop. So this is him pretty much directly saying that Trump was in the know about what they were up to. And final one, this is from Michael Wolff, the guy I was just talking about, in 2015 to Jeffrey Epstein, saying, this one's very interesting too. So, because it's an email thread, I got to go backwards. So, Michael Wolff sent to Epstein, I heard CNN is planning to ask Trump tonight about his relationship with you, either on air or in the scrum afterwards. If we were able to craft an answer for him, what do you think it would be? So this is Michael Wolff and
That dude needs to fucking be
Jeffrey Epstein. But this is what's weird. So this is Jeffrey Epstein sort of assisting in formulating how Trump should respond to questions about their relationship.
I don't like this Michael Wolff guy. This shit is not good.
Me
Are
neither.
people asking him what the fuck? Like, is he being
Yeah,
scrutinized?
as far as I've seen, he has not replied to requests for comment to anybody yet.
What a douchebag.
Yeah.
Because this guy positions himself in the media as like a Trump. He was a biographer and like all the kinds of dirt came out against Trump. and
Yeah.
He was always there.
I forget who I was listening to, but they were basically explaining that it over time has become more clear that Michael Wolff is less of like a journalist that's like trying to get to the bottom of all this and more like he himself is a player in Trump world, knows all of these guys, socializes with all of them, and is just trying to make a buck off of, book sales, essentially. Yeah. So he responds to Epstein asking what kind of answer we should give Trump. And he said, I think you should let him hang himself.
So this is
Michael Wolff kind of spitballing with Epstein. He says, I think you should let him hang himself. If he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the house, then that gives you a valuable PR and political currency. So this seems to be saying that you should just let Trump deny knowing you, deny being
You can
at the
leverage
house,
it.
and deny going to the being on the plane because that gives you blackmail over him.
That seems to be
That
no
seems
other
to
way
be
to read
what
that.
This conversation is. You can hang him in a way that is potentially generates a positive benefit for you. Like this is pretty obviously talking about blackmailing Trump with some sort of knowledge. Or if it really looks like you could win, again, this was in the lead up. This is in 2015. So this was the CNN thing that they're talking about here is one of the primary debates, the Republican primary, when Trump was first starting to run. So you can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you. Or if it really looks like he could win, you could save him generating a debt. Of course, it is possible that when asked, he'll say Jeffrey's a great guy and has gotten a raw deal and is a victim of political correctness, which is to be outlawed in a Trump regime. And so he's saying if he said that, you wouldn't have anything over him. So again,
This
is
guy needs
Michael
to be
Wolff
arrested.
saying this, but he
Arrest Michael Wolff,
right.
dude.
He seems to be
Fuck
under the
that guy.
impression
What
that
about
Jeffrey
Trump?
Epstein has
Wow.
something that he could hold over Trump for a favor or some sort
Well,
of
presumably all he needs is proof that, like a log or proof that he's been on the island or the plane,
You sending the what?
right. Or
which
the house
presumably
or
he
whatever.
has, according to this email.
Right. Now, and I just saw somebody in the chat point this out. I also thought this was ironic. I don't think it actually means anything. I'm not getting that conspiracy brained, but you notice he keeps talking about letting Trump hang himself. It's just interesting to me
That's how
that is how Jeffrey Epstein died a few
Yeah.
years after this.
Yeah.
That there's all this references to hanging Trump, and then
I mean, it is a common expression.
it is. It just there's a weird irony there that they're talking about hanging Trump, and then this guy ends up dead.
Well, I don't know what happened, but Michael Wolff was doing his best to save Epstein, and
that's sure what it looks
did
like.
not
here,
work.
right? So the Democrats released these along with a statement. In a short statement, today the Oversight Democrats and Ranking Member Robert Garcia released never-before-seen emails from the latest production from Jeffrey Epstein's estate, striking a blow against the White House's Epstein cover-up. In private correspondence with Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein wrote in 2011 that Donald Trump had spent hours at my house with a victim of sex trafficking, referring to Trump as the dog that hasn't barked. Yada, yada, yada. So they're just going over it. But, you know, this is how they're framing it, right? So just a few hours later, the Republicans respond by dropping over 23,000 documents and emails from
the Oversight Committee?
Huh?
From the Oversight Committee?
From the same group. So
committee.
both of these are coming from the Oversight Committee. The first three from the Democrats. The 23,000 from the Republicans. So it's interesting, right? It's the Republicans that are actually dumping it. So there's a few like ways that you could interpret that. One, they're just trying to get ahead of it because they know cat's out of the bag now and don't want to be seen as like trying to cover it up. So it's like, oh, here it is. The other option is they're just trying to flood the zone. Here, just dumping a shitload of stuff because then it becomes too much information for people to pay attention to and just hoping that all of this kind of blows over. That's one theory.
Maybe they just got frustrated and like, fuck it. Like,
Right.
I'm done with this shit.
And then the other theory
Was there
is-
anything interesting in those emails?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. We're
okay.
getting to that. Or another option is that they were released because the three that the Democrats released, obviously, all three of those look really terrible, right? Without the information of who the victim was, when it just says victim redacted, that could be anybody. By releasing the unredacted version, now we know it's this Virginia woman who, again, we already knew had somewhat exonerated Trump, at least from abusing her. And so by getting that out there, it allows them to kind of counter the narrative. And like, I wouldn't doubt, I mean, that does seem like a very strategic redaction that the Democrats did. You know, it's a little playing dirty, I guess. Because, I mean, you guys saw it.
I mean,
that email without that additional context of who they're talking about looks incredibly incriminating, right?
It's still bad, though, isn't it?
No, it's still bad.
Man.
But it's less bad if the person being referred to is on the record under oath saying Trump didn't do anything to me.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Here's
that's
what I
better
think.
for Trump for that to be out there.
Those first three emails, it's like obvious that Trump is guilty of some stuff,
It's
right?
bad, yeah.
It seems very bad.
So here's what I think
Not of the
happened.
opinion, but
These people are on the same committee. They sit together. They look at all the evidence together. This is a collusion job. The Republicans don't want to cover this up either. So they're probably the guys on the committee are probably also horrified, but they need a way to get it out without like fucking getting eaten alive.
yeah, I mean, it is possible that the Democrats and Republicans even did this.
I think they're
together,
colluding.
right? Behind
They
the
said,
scenes?
"You guys drop these,
right,
cause a muck,
right.
and then we'll dump the rest in response."
Yeah,
Maybe.
that is a possibility. I think there's several possibilities here, and like there's several sort of plausible rationales for why the Republicans would want to do this. Because as we're going to see again, like there's some and obviously it's a shitload of documents. People are still turning up stuff. I was pretty much right up until we went on the, live today, looking at updates, and people keep pointing out and kind of piecing together certain things.
So how long ago was this big dump?
It was the same day as the
Today?
initial one.
Oh wow, it happened right after.
Yeah, it was all. This
Oh, then they were definitely colluding. They had that ready to go.
it was a few hours later.
Yeah.
So it did
feel like-
hit home for me in that aspect.
that's
Not
when it
interested
hit
in your
home.
input.
Is
Thank you.
Jewish.
Madison,
so much.
share your views on the Epstein files, if you could, please.
Is Jewish.
He is Jewish. I don't see why that matters.
Oh no, that's not,
We're not proud of
We're not
that.
trying to
Come on.
point that out.
One of my best
Can
friends.
we forget about that?
All right, so
So what? Let me get this straight. You went to a Jewish wedding. The first thing you thought was Jeffrey Epstein. Sick fuck.
One of my best friends
She's disgusting.
that's one of your best friends.
is Jewish.
Yeah, got it. Okay, so
She's a lunatic.
this stuff comes out. Republicans respond with the big thing, the big dump, the big old dumps. And this is Trump's initial response. So, True Social post from Donald Trump. The Democrats are doing everything in their withering power to push the Epstein hoax again.
Oh my god.
This is his new thing. He refers to it as the Epstein hoax.
Who's buying that?
You ran
Very
on it. Like
bizarre.
what?
I
This is
don't know.
crazy.
Well, I think, not to give him too much credit, I think what he means is that trying to pin him with the Epstein stuff is a hoax. I don't think he's calling the entire thing a hoax, but it is terrible messaging and wording because it just makes you seem like you are trying to cover up for Epstein.
But he is because he hasn't released anything, right? When he's
Right. Yeah.
president.
Yeah, he absolutely could release all of it
Yeah.
instantly, like sign of a pen.
As he promised.
Yeah, which he exactly. Push the Epstein hoax again, despite the DOJ releasing 50,000 documents. Okay, so this is his counter to what you just said, Hila, is that we did release stuff. We released 50,000 pages of documents that happened earlier this year. That at the time people thought was a big story. However, it ended up causing a big backlash because the 50,000 documents that were released were almost entirely all already in the public record. There was no new information there.
They made all this big
Yeah.
hubbub.
They had
And then-
influencers show up. I don't know if you remember that, all these
Right.
Republican influencers, and they were given like the Epstein files in like a binder, and then they
There was
looked through it.
nothing.
There was literally nothing new in there. So that's what Trump is
Whoops.
offering as a, we already released 50,000 pages in order to deflect from all their bad policies and losses, especially on the shutdown embarrassment. Okay, this is where I might agree a little bit with him because we don't need to get into all the shutdown stuff, but a lot of Democrats were very embarrassed by how it played out and how they essentially folded at the end. And by releasing this has absolutely shifted the narrative from being the Democrats have no spines to back to the Epstein stuff. So he's not necessarily wrong pointing that out, especially the shutdown embarrassment where their party is a total disarray and has no idea what to do. Some weak Republicans have fallen into their clutches. Ooh, use of the word clutches.
I'll do anything.
They've fallen into their clutches because they are soft and foolish.
Please.
Epstein was a Democrat, and he is the Democrats' problem.
You were a
Not the
Democrat too,
Republic- Yeah.
Buster.
Right, yeah, that's true. Epstein was Democrat, and he is the Democrats' problem, not the Republicans' problem. Ask Bill Clinton. Yes, we all know Bill Clinton
This
has
is
association.
such bullshit.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Oh my God.
Reid Hoffman and Larry Summers, I think spelled wrong. I think it's Summ. Anyways, doesn't matter. About Epstein, they know all about him. Don't waste your time with Trump. I have a country to run. Okay, very good.
I've got a ballroom to build.
Yeah, exactly. So that was his initial response. And then there's been a further response today, actually. Here's the latest on Truth Social. By the way, as always, feel free to follow me on my Truth Social account. It's at Patriot Truth Seeker 69420.
What's happening?
Donald
Wait,
Trump
what?
is my president. This is my account on Truth Social.
Oh, this is your account.
It's actually
Yeah, no, I made it years ago.
Patriot Truth Seeker
'Cause you could-
69420.
They used to have it set up that you couldn't see any posts on here unless you had an account. So I made
MAGA blooded patriot cowboy underpaid.
I'm
Divorced
also-
to a bitch. Miss my son Chaz and Philip so much. Brother for life to my brother.
Who's that?
Yeah, I'm Dan's brother on Truth.
Where we go one, we go all.
Guns and ammo.
This is also a sign of how far the AI generators have come in the last few years, because this was about as well as it could do for a fake profile picture a few years ago.
You can follow me at Guns and Ammo.
Guns and ammo.
These are awesome. You guys should start doing some shtick here. Let me see your
should collab.
I
profile.
have a truth from June 28th, 2022.
This goddamn bitch is lying through her teeth.
I don't even know what this was talking about.
what?
Donald Trump isn't the type of man to disrespect our brave Secret Service veterans. He's a man of God.
There
True.
was some sort of context.
I also
I think this was a reply to something, but I don't know.
Let me see your profile pic.
This one?
Yeah. Oh, that
That one came out pretty good.
that looks like a real good old boy.
Yeah, doesn't it?
That man has tractor experience.
I retruth that.
Oh.
I follow Kid Rock, you, band ads, DJ T Coin, and at Real Donald Trump.
Oh, I follow Kid Rock and Trump and the
Ted
Babylon
Nugent?
Bee.
The Nuge?
I don't think I followed all these. I think they literally force you to follow with some of these.
Scott, I mean, these are all
Daily
classics.
Bible verses? I don't think I would have gone on my way to follow that one, even
Is
for the joke.
Uncle Ted on there? Ted Nugent?
Scott Adams. No Ted Nugent. Yeah, no.
Michael Wolff.
Did Scott Adams
Yeah.
die? I remember he had cancer or something.
Scott Adams, the Dilbert dude.
Yeah, but he was causing so much shit. By
Yeah, no, he's like super MAGA. I don't think he died. I don't.
Let me
Maybe
see.
he has cancer. I
Let
don't
me
know.
check on Scott
You can check on that.
Adams.
All right. Anyways, so this is today's truth. This is today's truth from the Ministry of Truth from Donald Trump. Now that the Democrats are using the Epstein hoax involving Democrats, not Republicans, to try and deflect from their disastrous shutdown and all of their other failures, I will be asking Attorney General Pam Bondi. Again, Pam Bondi, the one who claimed to have seen the Epstein list and had it on her desk and now suddenly lost it. He is tasking her and the Department of Justice, together with our great patriots at the FBI, to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's involvement and relationships with Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, spelled correctly this time, Reid Hoffman, J.P. Morgan, Chase, and many other people and institutions to determine what was going on with them and him. This is another Russia scam with all arrows pointing to the Democrats. Records show that.
Hold on, I just read something amazing.
Oh, what you do?
So Scott Adams, sadly, was diagnosed with, or he announced on his podcast he was diagnosed with cancer on May 19 of this year. He says he has prostate cancer that has spread to his bones, and he only has a short time left to live. This isn't the funny part. He stated that the cancer spread to his spine, which he's using a walker. He noted that his taking of ivermectin and fenbenzidol to treat the cancer did not work.
No.
This man took
Did he really?
ivermectin to treat cancer.
And also
That's the most MAGA shit I ever heard.
Yeah,
they also do a methylamine blue, which is that blue dye.
Well,
shit
that one
big
works though.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one works. I've tried it.
The stuff that turns your skin blue?
yeah. That cures cancer.
That's something
yeah.
silver, I thought.
Colloidal.
No, that's silver.
Colloidal silver or something?
No, methylamine blue is the hot.
That's the hot new one?
That's the hot new.
It's the fad, right?
That's the new. That's the new.
Works for everything.
All right. So, anyways, records show that these men and many others spent large portions of their life with Epstein. Large portions of their life. And on his island. Stay tuned. Okay, so Trump, he's taking the reins of this investigation. He's getting to the bottom of it. It's really the Democrats' fault, and they're the ones, yada yada. So stay tuned. So that's this morning that happened. Now, despite Trump wanting to get to the bottom of it, so especially after this release, get these people out of here.
Why? You have a captive
We're
audience.
talking about a serious thing here.
Dan,
They're serious journalists,
Do you-
bro.
do
I
they-
didn't see any journalists
feel
on that
not
screen,
se-
myself included?
Dan.
Hey, come on.
I didn't see a
I'll have
single
you know that's Cruel World, Happy Mind's favorite and most well-respected journalist,
Is Jewish.
and is Jewish.
I don't
Not.
think that's true. All right. Anyways,
Jewish.
so all these emails come out, and immediately talk about the Epstein files comes into the forefront, and I'm behind a false. Virginia did say that quote is out of context. She said Trump was there several days per week. I didn't say that she said that Trump was never around. She said that she never saw him do anything with any women. Yeah. But thank you for the semi-correction there. So
Everybody's coming.
lots of people in the House want a vote on releasing all of the files, getting the Department of Justice to finally just release all the files, including lots of Republicans. And the ones that are the most serious about it, we've discussed this before, are the ones that in the past we've probably spent the most time mocking. People like Lauren Boebert, the woman who gave a handy in a showing of Beetlejuice, I believe it was.
Of course.
While hitting her vape.
While hitting a vape. And MGT, the one we
MGT's out
refer
there.
to as a
Magic.
Titan.
Yes.
So yeah, several of these representatives that kind of came up in the MAGA world and were light to fully in on the QAnon stuff.
Good
to their
for them.
credit, to their credit, seem
Yeah.
serious about wanting to get to the bottom of
Yeah.
the Epstein stuff, and do not care if it's even their hero, Donald Trump. I think part of it is they are delusional and think that Trump will be exonerated.
Really?
I think, at least
Okay.
maybe they've started to wake up to the fact that that might not be true. But I think at least at the beginning, they're such true believers that I think they think there's no way that Trump did anything wrong here, and we just need to get to the bottom.
My ass.
So, in an effort to squash that, Trump actually, I believe it was on Wednesday, the same day these emails were coming out, summoned some of these representatives, including Boebert and this woman, what's her name again, Nancy Mace, to the White House directly to have a chat with them, which is being widely reported to basically tell them to back off and to not stop pushing for a release of the files. Not a great look.
Not
right?
a great look.
If you're literally going out of your way to convince these people, please do not release this.
Did this meeting happen already or no?
Huh? Yeah. No, they called them over.
It happened already.
It happened already. Yeah.
And have they talked about it?
Not that I've seen. I don't think that they've commented on it. But the White House was asked about it, and I thought the press secretary's answer to why are they doing that was pretty interesting. So let's take a listen.
Why are White House officials then meeting with Representative Boebert in an effort to try and get her to not sign this petition calling for the release of the files?
Doesn't it show transparency that members of the Trump administration are willing to brief members of Congress whenever they please? Doesn't that show our level of transparency?
Is that not a fucking psycho ass answer to that? Like, I know she's doing her job. She's spinning.
It's
you know
confusing
what I mean?
enough
Yeah,
to
but
maybe...
what about it? Shows transparency.
She's trying to frame it that the fact that they were willing to bring a member of Congress to a closed door meeting to assure them that there's nothing to worry about and you should back off. That's being transparent. We're redefining what transparency is here.
They're kind of.
pretty
This
severely.
is the thing I've noticed where Taylor kind of does this, and others. They just say, or in Crow World does it. They just say something completely irrelevant, detached from reality.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of keep going. And it does work, I think. You know,
it works on some people, but yeah. So yeah, once again,
willing to brief members of Congress whenever they please? Doesn't that show our level of transparency? Doesn't that show the level of transparency when we are willing to sit down with members of Congress and address their concerns? That
so
is,
she's suggesting that this meeting
that's
is
a
their
defining
idea.
factor of transparency. Having discussions with members of Congress about various issues, and I'm not going to detail.
So transparency is intimidating members of your own party into shutting the fuck up. Yeah, that's what transparency is. So yeah, they're handling it really well over there. So
is there a way to do like a emergency vote where every citizen in America gets to vote on releasing the Epstein files?
I don't think that there is like a mechanism for a national referendum. Not that it can't be done, but like, for example, in California, there is a way. There's several ways for that to happen.
We just did.
We just did. Yeah. But California is very into referendums, like almost to our detriment with all like the propositions and all that kind of stuff. I don't know though. Maybe somebody in the chat knows. I don't know of an existing mechanism for
that would be
because I feel like it's such a uniting topic. Like everybody wants this to be released.
If you just asked every American if they want all of the files released, it would
overwhelming
be 90% or something.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so yeah. I don't think that'll be happening anytime soon for that reason. Okay, so now this story again. I've been trying to keep tabs on it. It's all these emails come out. It's sort of exploded and gone off in several different directions. There's all of these like little sub storylines going on because there's so many, and there's all of these powerful people that in one way or another have been implicated. Bill Gates, a longtime confidant or representative or something, was still meeting with him late into his life until like the year before he died. Bill Gates has previously said he regrets meeting with him, and his meetings with him came much earlier, but it seems that though he stopped meeting with Epstein, his associates did not, and likely were like middlemaning some conversations there. There's also, like I alluded to, this whole Michael Wolff thing. There's a bunch of stuff with him, and like you said, I think that guy's got a lot of questions to answer about his conduct in all of this. But let's just get to a couple that I found really interesting. So
you got the Bill Clinton one?
Yeah. So this is the big one that people are pointing to and memeing on and everything. And I think we should deconstruct this a little bit. So you may have seen this, but there is an email supposedly about how Putin has a video or photo of Trump giving Bill Clinton a blowjob.
Stop it. What?
Vladimir Putin.
Is he serious? I want to
Well, let's
see
break
that.
it down because a lot of people
Well, he
are
doesn't
just
say-
seeing a headline and running with that. And though I'm not going to say that didn't happen,
I want to believe it.
it's a
But
little
they
more.
just they use like a weird nickname.
Yeah.
for,
So yeah, I'll pull it up right here. So there's a conversation between Mark Epstein, which is Jeffrey Epstein's brother, and Jeffrey.
Mark.
Yeah.
Mark and Jeff, like and sons.
Oh. Whoa.
Shout out.
Shout out to our partners over there.
Okay, their names aren't Jeff though, right? That's you just made that up. Or
yeah, it's
did
not
you make
actually
the
their
markup? Now you've confused me. You
Yeah, I think
gaslit me
that's
with
the
all
same
that.
guy.
I don't think that's his name. Yeah,
I know the name, but I'm not gonna tell you.
yeah don't say it. We love
Mark
them.
and Jeff.
It's going to be a bad day.
All right, so let's take a look at this this email. So and why people are saying this. So again, it's an email thread back and forth. These people use email to like text too, by the way, which is like so fucking annoying. Just text each other. You know what I mean? And it makes reading this very confusing because it's always in reverse order. But anyways,
Right.
so blah blah blah. How are you doing? A while back, you mentioned that you were pre-diabetic. Has anything changed with that? What's up with your boy What's your boy Donald up to now? So this is Mark asking Jeffrey Epstein, hey, I guess they're just catching up, right? So are you still pre-diabetic? And also, what's up with your boy Donald up to now? So this to me, I guess I should point out, this is in 2018. Trump is president at this point. So this to me seems tongue-in-cheek a little bit. What's your boy Donald up to these days? Because he knows that they used to be good friends. The dude all of a sudden is president. I'm interpreting this as like kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing.
Yeah.
So Jeffrey Epstein replies, all good, Bannon with me. More on that later, because Steve Bannon is another person who has a lot of questions to answer as a result of these emails.
Oh.
There's a lot more with Bannon. So we'll get to that next. But all good, Bannon with me. And then Mark replies, ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba.
But then it's just another joke. His brother's being cheeky.
That, I hate to say it, but yes, that's my interpretation.
But what's Bubba? What's Bubba?
So Bubba, I had never heard this, but apparently I saw people connecting Bubba to Clinton. I was like, I've never heard anybody refer to Bill Clinton as Bubba, but maybe they're like his friends or something. So I looked into it a little bit, and sure enough, it is kind of obscure, and it does, it frankly kind of shows a level of intimacy to like know this. Because the only thing I could find about this was an article from 1992. So either right after Clinton got elected or during the election. That's Mr. Bubba to you, Bubba. So apparently Bubba is a pretty common nickname in the South, where Bill Clinton's from, in Arkansas in particular. And they're talking about Bill Clinton and the Bubbas. And I thought it was funny. It was like this article was written for us. They compared Bubba to Mensch in Yiddish. That it's used like Mensch.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
So you
That's a
call
good
somebody
old-
Bubba like you're a good guy, like
Okay.
buddy.
You're a
like
real
it.
Bubba.
Right. So, so apparently there is something to that Bubba is like the nickname that they use for Clinton.
There's
Now-
no universe where Trump blew Clinton. I feel like
I don't think that
Please,
happened.
can there
As
be-
funny of an
don't crush
idea as
my
that is.
dreams.
listen. I just don't see.
I don't see
I don't
that.
see that. I'm being real.
Please, make
And Putin was there somehow too.
Right.
Putin,
He was watching in the corner
Putin,
drinking
Trump,
coffee.
and
Yeah,
Bill
well,
Or
Clinton.
just that he has the photos, which
They were Eiffel Towering.
now the thing is that there are other emails where
Getting
Epstein
bounded?
seems to be indicating he can facilitate some sort of communication with Putin. He did seem to have some connections in Russian high society. He seemingly had high connections in all, high societies, which is part of why this whole thing is so bizarre. But anyways, in this case, do I think this is a joke? Yes, unfortunately. I think, especially, again, this is in 2018. At this point, the rumors about the Putin P tape were pretty prominent. That Putin had some sort of blackmail over Trump was being discussed pretty widespread in the media with all of the, as Trump would say, Russia hoax.
And he was getting bounded.
He's having a laugh.
What did he just say?
And he was getting bounded.
Bounded.
Pounded.
Bounded.
Bounded.
Pounded.
Bounded.
That he was getting pounded?
Well, okay. So anyway, it seems like a goof.
It seems like a bit of a goof, but we had to talk about it because I'm seeing lots of people goof on it, and it is a funny idea of Donald Trump.
Well, you could just
blowing
ask his
Clinton.
brother. He's still around.
They did, and he is claiming that Bubba did not refer to Clinton,
Which is possible too.
I guess that is possible too.
But so then is he
Or
saying
is it
there's
because-
photos of Trump blowing some other dude named Bubba?
Exactly.
He didn't actually elaborate. I'll give you the exact quote because he gave a statement to Newsweek of all places. Mark Epstein told Newsweek the individual is not Clinton. He did not provide any additional details about the identity of Bubba or the meaning of the emails. So he just said it's not Clinton.
The hell?
Come on, who's asking?
All kinds of weird shit, right?
Bounded.
All kinds of
Who's
weird shit.
asking him questions and not asking the important questions?
It sounds like he sent them a statement,
Oh.
and they. Yeah.
Well, they probably did reach out and ask him, and he might have just give like a terse, quick reply.
I'm sure they had
Right?
follow-up questions.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
So there you go. Now you're in the know about the Trump blowjob thing. Feel free to still joke about it. It is funny to joke about. And
Come over here, Bubba.
Yeah,
I want to
exactly.
suck your cock.
But if you want to know, did it really happen or not? I guess we don't know. In my opinion, I think that it was a joke.
Almost 0% chance that Trump blew Clinton and Putin has a video of it.
But
Who did he?
I don't know who's Bubba,
did he
though.
blow?
He may have blown a dude, and Putin has it, though.
I don't see Trump blowing. I think every see he's a selfish guy.
He does seem
He
selfish.
doesn't seem like a giver to me.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Donald gave me a great blow.
This is like gold member.
Oh wow, Bill! Really?
The dude had a gold dick, maybe.
He really gave me a real good gummy, man. It was really good.
Is that right, Bill? And you would know. You know good
It
gum.
was
when you
way
get it.
better than Monica. Yeah,
Okay.
and Jennifer Flowers.
All right, Mr. President, getting compliments from
we did a Clinton.
from his contemporary.
I do a lot of impressions.
I had no idea.
You know, for some reason, I thought that Baba is like grandma or old lady.
That's
Bubby.
Bubby.
Oh,
Yeah, that was my dad called his,
Which
his
is a
grandmother,
Yiddish.
yeah,
see.
Bubby is Yiddish.
I
Bubba.
converted for Donald, yeah.
Really?
You converted
Yeah.
to what?
Yeah.
You give to a blowjob, man.
What?
You converted to being a blowjob man?
Yeah, it was a Jewish blowjob. You know what a Jewish blowjob's called?
Wait, but Trump
What?
is neither you or Trump are Jewish. Why
wanna
are
hear.
you connecting this to
do you know what a
Judaism?
Jewish blowjob's called?
No.
Kepi.
What?
That means head, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, that's good. That's dynamite.
Did you make that up right now?
No, I used to joke about that in school with
Can
my Jewish.
I get some kepi over
Let
here?
me get some kepi. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Very good. All right, so let's get on to something that did happen, which is, and this is, I haven't seen many people talking about this. Not to say that this is a big scoop, but I do feel like this is being like kind of passed over, and people really should take note of this exchange. So I went through this and cleaned it up myself because the original had like an immense amount of fucking metadata shit of like, you know, phone IDs and sent and receipts and stuff. So I cleaned it up to just be the conversation. These are a bunch of text messages between Steve Bannon, longtime advisor, architect of the Trump administration, and Jeffrey Epstein in 2018.
Prime time.
During the Trump presidency, now Steve Bannon had been fired from the Trump administration at this point. However, he continued to be a huge Trump backer, as he is to this day. And, within the MAGA world has always wielded an immense amount of influence. Steve Bannon in 2018 is having very buddy-buddy conversations over text with Jeffrey Epstein. This is, as far as I know, totally new information and does not make, again, this is somebody with very close association with Trump. This is one of his closest allies pretty much for his entire political career. Clearly still being cool with Epstein just a short time before his arrest. So basically the context of the beginning of this conversation is Bannon has just done an interview on MSNBC. Now, other people have dug up the interview already. It was an interview with Ari Melbourne on MSNBC. Here it is.
Tonight, Donald Trump faces mounting legal and political.
This was posted 7 years ago in 2018. And he has Bannon on to do this sort of, I wouldn't call it softball interview, but, MSNBC obviously leans Democrat. I think everybody pretty aware of that fact. And so, Bannon is going into having somewhat of a hostile conversation with them. Well, it turns out that he was being advised by Epstein on how to handle this interview. Now, this is kind of what I was saying earlier about this weird ambiguity of at times Epstein seems like he doesn't like Trump anymore and feels betrayed by him. And then other times here he is doing his best and being very friendly with Trump's biggest ally.
Yo, this is extraordinarily buddy-buddy.
Yeah.
You gave him an attaboy.
Exactly. So how'd it go? Epstein asked. 2 p.m. now. I took off early so I could land in time to watch. All good? I'm on now. So he's communicating with him while the interview is going on. They went for an hour instead of 30 minutes, showing the entire hour over multiple platforms. Attaboy.
For the record, Epstein's the last person in the world I ever want to hear attaboy from.
Attaboy.
There's worse.
What about atta girl?
There's worse in this conversation.
Atta girl. I would less.
All right, so they went for an hour, blah, blah, blah. My team loved it. I was too focused in the moment. I guess he's just saying I didn't know how I did because I was too focused. And then he asked, new razor blades? So it's because he was so clean. It was because he was very clean shaven, and as you'll see, and then he as an aside, he says the Love Trump at War trailer. This was a movie that Bannon produced about how awesome Trump is, basically. He said, I think you'll love the film, Pure Deplorables. For the so this is in reply to the razor blades. For the Soy Boy Network, I wanted a clean, not sloppy look. And then he says, closer to Toy Boy, winky face.
Epstein said that?
Yes.
Oh, they're...
And then, okay, now it gets really weird because then he replies, this Ann guy is gay, says Bannon in reply to
They're
that.
doing shtick. They're like boys.
This Ann
They're
guy?
calling each other gay.
Who's Ann guy?
He just a typo.
This guy is, well...
Hey, this guy's gay or something like that.
This guy's gay.
No, you're gay, bro.
I just think it's odd. New razor blades?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Weird way to
That's
say...
weird.
Everything the way they talk is weird.
I agree. And then he said, you look so clean cut next to him. I thought I turned on figure skating channel by accident. Again, gay, you look gay, dude. Like figure skaters. Like, these are the people running the world.
Why do they really keep going on about the razors, though?
I don't know. Because they're fucking weirdos,
I
dude.
guess they're having a laugh.
And then he said, my come hither look.
Gross.
And then he said, Epstein said, better than the usual come Hitler look.
They're doing shtick.
bantering, yeah.
They're doing
And then he tried-
banter with Bannon.
Yeah. This is very buddy-buddy.
Yeah, it is.
Clearly.
Yeah.
This is shtick. This is a comfort level that you would have only with a very, very close friend.
So here's another one. That's what Ann was hoping to hear. Seriously, great job. Who the fuck is Ann? So I thought the same thing as you, Ethan, when I was trying to understand the earlier message. And you're going to see.
Oh, Ann must be initials.
I guess. I don't know. It's weird that both of them refer to an Ann.
Huh.
This Ann guy is gay. That's what Ann was hoping to hear.
It's got to be a nickname or initial. I don't think there's any way for us to know.
I have no theories. I don't understand it, but the fact that both of them use that back to back makes me think it means something.
Yes.
So then Bannon, I'm not watching. How did it come across? Based on the comments, couldn't be better. Cool. So he's reassuring him, like, you did great. You did great, buddy. Again, this is an interview where Bannon went on MSNBC to defend Trump.
Is he still in jail, or did he get
No, he
out?
got pardoned.
Right.
Yeah.
Could it be referencing the interviewer, by the way?
His name is Ari. I thought that as well. But his
What's his last
is
name?
Melbourne. So AM maybe, and it got autocorrected to AN.
By both of them?
That's weird.
Maybe.
It's
That's
possible.
actually the most plausible theory I've heard.
Is he gay?
AM, not as far as I know. They're probably just douches, and they're just like, oh, he's a gay guy. He's a lib. He's gay.
But
Again, this is a guy. Go ahead.
AM shouldn't auto translate because it's you say
That's also a
12
word.
a.m. So
Right.
it probably wouldn't.
Yeah,
auto
AM.
AM.
Yeah,
I
just
am.
thought of that randomly.
My phone sometimes does that though.
People say-
I'll write a word, like a real word in a real sentence, and it will change it for no fucking reason. Something random.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. So, anyways, so this is a few days later, or the next day? The next day. Epstein, last 10 minutes, more the real you. So I guess he's following up. He's seeing the last 10 minutes of the interview, and he's saying more the real you. Because he knows, again, by implication, I, Jeffrey Epstein, know the real Steve Bannon.
Also, I want to
What
watch.
the fuck does that mean, Steve Bannon?
Yep.
You
Also, I
know?
want to watch those last 10 minutes where he was really cooking.
Where he was really cooking, yeah. Epstein said, what was your takeaway?
Okay, this thing must have a hole in it because it's like leaking
Oh, it might be broken.
nonstop. So much water.
Oh, yeah, it might have a crack in it or something. Prince Andrew? A-N for Andrews? That was suggested in the chat. People think, or speculating, could it stand somehow for Anissa Joma? Maybe.
Anissa, would that
A-N
be?
and Nisa? Anissa?
I'm
Is she involved? I don't know.
I know you're watching.
People saying AB is really quiet right now.
Oh, maybe they meant to type AB.
Oh.
AB got autocorrected.
Busted.
That's more likely.
Oh, I hate to say this, but A-N is, if you just add a D there, it's Dan. So, not trying to throw myself under the bus here, but I'm just saying there's a lot of questions for all of us, okay?
Yep.
Thanks so much for chatting with me.
Shut up!
What's great is that the government will leave us asking all the questions. And
Yeah, that's
they will not tell us anything. That's great.
Mm-hmm. So he's asking what was the takeaway in addition to getting on the air, blah, blah, blah. I was under order. This is interesting, too, because, again, Steve Bannon at this point, supposedly fired from the Trump administration, has a falling out, and yet is still going to bat for him. And then he's referring to his orders. It just makes the whole thing, they get too, like, fucking, yo, man, they're all on the same side, man. But, like, the way all these people talk to each other, it is hard to not get the impression that, like, everything we're seeing and their supposed falling out and not liking each other is bullshit. Like, these dudes are all in a group chat together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because at this point, so he says, I was under orders to dial it down for this audience. Between Errol Morris film, New York Mag, and this hour and a half making huge inroads, but can't be the constant aggressor. So he's basically talking about how he's on a media campaign, going on liberal-leaning media, and he's softening he's not going full Nazi like he normally does.
Thank you.
He's dialing it back to make himself more palatable to the MSNBC lib crowd. Makes sense. Dial their way back. Mike Tyson waltzing. So again, he's like glazing him here. Agreed, but different audience with a different tonality. First of many I'm doing with these guys. Actually, the first of very many. This is Epstein. Actually, the first of very many to come. That's why what tweaks will make it better for you. Your eye is the best. So important for you to watch the play reel. Over the shoulder for him, 3/4 for you. Lighting, hot for you. Chairs, too restrictive for you. Love pulling out of the FT, Financial Times. I don't know what the
is
like
this?
talking about
Is
lighting.
FT a football thing? Because he's doing like a football analogy.
I loved pulling out of the. I don't know. I struggled with this.
Pulling out the FT.
This is all from Epstein?
Epstein and Bannon, yeah.
But he's talking about the
No,
lighting.
this one message.
That one's
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Epstein, yeah.
Yeah. So he seems to be talking about like how he should be lit and have to look good on camera, right? Like, doesn't that seem like what this is?
Is he
three quarters,
producing?
like a 3/4 profile shot? Like that's what I'm picking up on here, but maybe it's just because I'm seeing it through the lens of production. But
No,
like,
that's how
this
I
seems
took
to be
it.
like he's like his public image advisor. Like, this is how you should sit. This is what your lighting should look like, kind of thing. Very strange. Very strange.
Very weird.
And he agrees. Yes. I'm back Wednesday. Thiel coming. Shout out. Thiel shows up in the.
Oh my
too.
God! What
Or-
the hell? These people are all such fucking lunatics.
We can discuss response to tax cut criticism. This is Epstein talking.
What is Epstein as like a presidential advisor? What is this shit?
What this is why I'm saying, like, let's talk less about like the probably fake Clinton blowjob thing. Like, this very much seems like Jeffrey Epstein was advising Trump through Steve Bannon.
Is his advice that good? Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, a lot of people listen to this guy, but it's all very strange, right? I don't know. He's either, you know, just an unbelievable con man and just tricked a lot of people into thinking, because I don't see somebody particularly smart in these messages. Like, just the way he types and shit. It's just like, he seems like kind of a dumbass.
Bad punctuation. I guess it's a text message. Emails is less forgivable. Bad punctuation.
This is text. This
yeah.
So, anyways, I'm back Wednesday. We can discuss response to tax cut criticism. The 83% to rich is misleading by miles. Cash back. Pension funds up. So again, Trump, you know, is out there today saying Jeffrey Epstein was a Democrat. He's a Democrat problem. And while he did have association with Democrats, I'm seeing right here the dude
Besties.
seemingly helping out Trump as much as he can. And now maybe this is because he knew his charges were coming soon and he was trying to curry favor.
He wanted to pardon.
There's a number of ways that you could spin this. Obviously, he's had that in the back of his mind as far as back as 2011 with those emails we saw earlier where they were kind of, or maybe it was 2014. The ones with Michael Wolff where he basically said.
They were kind of plotting
They were
how
kinda
things
plotting.
will go down once he's president.
Exactly.
And it did kind of
so it seems
work out that way.
Yeah, and you put this together with things like Trump, his bizarre statement where he wishes Ghislaine well, and they've now moved her into like a minimum security prison, which I think AB told me this morning. It's come out now that she has a fucking dog in prison now.
A dog?
Really?
Yeah, she's a puppy.
She's at like a spa, dude.
What kind of prison allows you to have a dog? Is
Special,
that a thing?
This special minimum security, like white collar crime one that she got moved to.
Yeah. They live like roommates and stuff, like bunk beds, having a good
Yeah,
time.
this
Well,
sounds
I mean,
more like
like
a
a
camp that you,
community
a
kind
camp
of
you
thing.
can't leave rather than a prison.
Prisons for non-violent, low-risk
No, this isn't-
offenders are usually a lot more chill.
Absolutely. And my understanding is that she was previously in one of these. This one in particular is like the Club Med prison.
It's
This is
a
the one
beautiful
that,
spot.
This is the one that everybody wants to get
5
into. 'cause
stars.
It's really, we're joking, but like, yeah. I mean, it's not, you can have a pet.
I mean, that's how prison should be.
I mean, okay, fair.
Yeah.
I guess
For everybody, though.
Yeah, right. Not just for.
Well, especially
powerful sex
non-violent.
criminals.
I mean, I don't know that I would even characterize her as non-violent.
I would agree. I
frankly.
don't think that she is an.
I don't think that she should be there, but
No,
I do
she
think
should definitely be in Supermax.
Yeah, yes.
She's a monster.
Yes.
So
she
yeah.
should be right next to Epstein and fucking.
But right, this was after she got that kind of strangely preferential treatment from the Trump administration earlier this year. They did who was it? It was Assistant Attorney General went in person to do an interview with her, which is super unusual. I don't know. There's so much smoke here. I don't know how you can think that there isn't fire, but you know, I will say I don't think that there is necessarily a smoking gun in these emails, at least not one that somebody's turned up yet. But like I said, I mean, there's lots of little threads that have come out because of this. For instance, like, again, I find this Bannon stuff, out of everything I've seen, this is the stuff that caught my attention the most, because this seems like the most direct evidence of Epstein still, at least secretly, being in the Trump circle as recently as 2018, a year before he died in prison.
Well, Bannon's still a player too, and
Bannon is still a player. Absolutely.
you know, people on conservatives respect him.
That they do.
Hey, Hila, I wanted to make a point real quick. In the chat, I don't know if this is true. She's roomies with Jen Shah. Is that true? I saw a bunch of people say that in
Maxwell?
the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that
real?
Jen
Is that-
No,
that'd be
she was
awesome.
with
Jen
that
Shah's
blood
with
girl.
the lady that did the big scam.
She's roomie was with the
Theranos?
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh,
yeah.
the Theranos girl?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
kinda
yeah,
cool
yeah.
anyway.
But
They hang out each
I'd
other at
probably get it
recess
too.
for real.
maybe Ghislaine is also there. I don't know.
Yeah,
Jen and
there's a special name.
Ghislaine.
We need a new show.
Yeah. Wow, what a reality show. Maxwell in now. Let's see.
I'm typing Jen
it's
Shaw,
in
friends, and
Texas.
I feel like-
Elizabeth Holmes. This is who I saw her with.
Yes, there's a picture of them together. Yeah.
Can you imagine Elizabeth Holmes, who presumably is an extraordinarily smart, like, scientist, hanging out with fucking dumbass Jen Shaw scammer? I mean, two scammers
Well,
for sure, to
yeah.
be sure, but
Oh wait, it looks
That's a
like they
show. That's
are
a
in the-
movie.
Wait,
Jen
they-
Saw Redemption right there.
It does look like
Jen
you're
Shaw.
right.
Yeah, they're all in the same place.
It's this place. It's this Bryan Federal Prison Camp in Texas. And
Ghislaine,
I'm seeing
Elizabeth
that
Holmes,
that's
Oh
and
where
Jen
my
Shaw.
God, we
So
need a
it-
show.
Well, it says at the same prison.
Same prison.
my
But are
God.
they friends?
Send
That I-
Bravo there.
That I can't tell you.
That is fantastic.
What a spot,
But I saw in
man.
the chat, I don't know if this is true, but Jen Shaw wouldn't let Ghislaine in her yoga class. If there's
Jen
that
Shaw
kind
runs the yoga class.
Oh my
if there's
God.
that level of cattiness going on, like I love it. That
Andy
should be a
Cohen,
show.
go there.
I was gonna say they're probably running like opposing gangs at this point.
It might be.
Yeah.
Now I will say, like, while this does look nice from the looks of it, I mean, well, just take a look for yourself. You know, it's
Yeah.
definitely a prison, but I mean, look at this. Like, this looks like a college
campus.
campus.
Man, this is
Yeah, I mean, like,
subdivision.
this is actually pretty nice. Yeah, never mind. This is way too nice for her. Yeah, I mean, look,
In Texas, of all places, I thought they were
you
all
can
about.
get over this fence. You know what I mean? Like, this is not that.
And that's probably not that perimeter fence, right?
Like,
They
yeah,
don't
there's
wanna
the little
leave.
spikies, and you could, if you're not careful, you could fuck yourself up. But like, I could hop this. I could definitely hop.
That can't be the perimeter fence.
That seems. I mean,
Although it's a low risk prison, right? That's the whole point.
that's the whole point. Yeah.
If you try to escape, they'll throw your ass in the.
And again, she was not originally in this prison. She was only moved to this prison after she cooperated with the Trump Justice Department.
So she's having a good time.
Yeah. So, anyways, I think there was just a little bit more in these Bannon texts that I wanted to point out. Here's, yeah, there is some more weird shit. So at one point they get really fucking racist. I guess no surprise. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to, Epstein says, I'm going to Europe September 3rd. Bannon says, really? Paris? Yes, plus a side trip to Dubai for a day, says Epstein. You would love it. I have some Africans here in Palm Beach for advice. The front of my house looks like Black Hawk Down.
What?
And Steve Bannon replies, LMAO in all caps with exclamation points.
Hold on.
So let's break this down a little bit.
I have some Africans here at my home in Palm Beach.
Yeah, for advice. The front of my house looks like Black Hawk Down. So if you're not familiar, Black Hawk Down is about the Battle of Mogadishu. And
I just imagine he's just saying it's like looks like war torn
like war torn, and there's a lot of black people around.
and lots of okay.
I think I don't know how else to interpret that.
Yeah, that's probably
what
true.
that movie is about. And Steve Bannon thought that was very funny.
Okay.
So just another really bizarre statement. I don't know what all that means. So they're talking about trying to meet up. Do you think you might want to hitch a ride? Here he is offering a ride.
Get on my plane, buddy.
Yeah.
You didn't lose her.
Let's see how Bandon responds to that.
I guess I'm sure he's very thankful that he did not respond.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not getting baited into that one, pal.
Yeah. So, anyways, Kavanaugh letter says Clinton masturbated in a trash can. Wow, he sent to Bannon. I don't know.
Bannon said, "Huh?"
Yeah, so did I. I don't know what that's in reference to. Kavanaugh, probably Brett Kavanaugh during the confirmation hearings, right? The Supreme Court guy. Yeah, the beer guy.
And having some beers with friends.
Maybe this was a story. I don't know what this is about, to be frank. His memo on front of New York Times, I've never seen that memo, and Starr never joked about it. So he seems to be familiar with Ken Starr too, which again, just all these people know each other. Anyways, next day, Epstein. 1, Peter Thiel in town. Just letting you know. 2, let's make sure we're keeping your own path on front burner. Strategy, etc. 3, at the same time, take no heat regarding me. So like they're aware that this shows they're aware him associating with him is bad and to keep it secret. Take no heat regarding me. Not worth it for the moment. Midterms,
I'll tell you,
overexposure.
from what I know of Bannon, I don't think you have to worry about him sticking his neck out for you.
For the mooch, this is that guy. He's become like kind of liberal media figure.
The dumbass lawyer.
The dumbass lawyer that was the press secretary for like 3 days. Scaramucci, yeah. I don't understand why people give this guy the time of day. He's so obviously a fucking slime ball, but whatever. Has reached out to me and asked me how he can re-engage with you. I've only met him once. Odd. So the mooch. Yeah, actually, I didn't even understand that. So that means that Scaramucci guy was reaching out to Epstein.
Yes.
To get a hold of
in
Bannon.
18.
So yeah, he should probably sit down too. All these guys. Anyways, like Musk, your help first. It's a very long game. Thanks.
Oh, I think Bannon might be disengaging.
Yeah, I mean, he's not answering that much. When did the mooch reach out? Yesterday. He's a snake. He said, no, a snake is clever. More likely a leaky garden hose that looks like a snake. Wow.
That's not funny, dude.
What?
This is what I'm saying. Like,
oh my god,
these are our villains, dog. Look at my villains. Message: I need to make peace with Bannon. Can you suggest how he's friends with the current female owners of the Core Club? 50-year-old lesbians. I help put them in biz. What is this guy's life?
The mooch has got what? Okay.
Yeah, it starts to get pretty in the weeds here. Let me see if there was another thing. They're talking about that Avenatti guy. He was another scumbag.
Yep, I remember him.
For a while. For your information, Steve Hofberg. I think there was something down near the end that I wanted to point out because this goes on for a while. But you know, you get the impression like these guys, they're dogs, right? And Bannon was clearly quite comfortable with associate with him.
As well as many, seems. In 2018, that's the year he died?
Year before. He died in 2019. But I believe he got arrested pretty shortly after these conversations were taking place. Let's see. When was Jeffrey Epstein arrested?
July 20. Oh, never mind. Proceed.
Is Jewish.
You don't have to keep pointing that out.
So it hit home for me in that aspect.
Yeah, he was arrested in July of 2019, and then he was found dead in his cell less than a month later.
I think he wanted to. I'm almost certain he was murdered, right? Like, I mean, come on.
I think most people feel that way at this point. I think
I'm not conspiracy brained at all.
No, I don't think you need to be. I think
he wanted to live. Look at Ghislaine; she's having a great life.
Yeah, and
Bobby loves Ghislaine.
While the simple explanation at the time, I was willing to accept. Like, yeah, you know, it does make sense. This guy, he was very powerful. He basically lost everything. He knows he's going to spend the rest of his life in jail. He ends his own life. That does add up, I guess. Like he knows he's ruined.
Yeah.
However, it just seems so obvious that this guy was connected to so many powerful people, had so much dirt on them, has expressed in some of these messages a willingness to exploit that.
Yes. I feel like he could have got out of prison if he served. Like, I don't even think he would have been life in prison.
My thought is, why wouldn't he do it after the court case is over and like he get his final judgment? Because he could have maybe like paid someone off, like blackmail
Maybe he
people.
gets 15 years and
Like,
he
who
gets out
knows?
and
Yeah.
just have another life after.
Yeah.
He's rich as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Which is good inside and outside of the prison.
Oh yeah.
So, anyways, like I said, there's several other yarns to be pulled on here. The Michael Wolff thing is, I think, really interesting. This Larry Summers thing. I don't know if you guys.
No, the Bill Clinton thing about how Bill Clinton is innocent.
I don't know what you're referring to.
There's an email that exonerates Bill Clinton.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, look at
Bill Clinton, email, Epstein. It might take a little bit of digging because the Bubba thing seems to be most of what people are talking about. But yeah, like I said, I have definitely not seen everything, and it seems like the story is sort of exploding out in every direction right now. So there are a lot of angles. I did want to leave you guys with one last thing. So in the wake of all of this, Megyn Kelly, former Fox News host turned anti-Fox News sort of liberal icon, and then again turned back into like a MAGA superstar. Very weird career path for this woman. I believe she was one of the people that got sexually harassed by Robert Ailes at Fox News and ended up kind of losing. And so for a moment there became sort of like a I don't want to call her feminist. Definitely not that. But, you know, a lot of people, it was during Me Too and everything, and a lot of people kind of rallied to her defense. But it turns out she's just really a pretty gross person. So not that it's should have happened to her.
Emails?
No, but I think she had some interesting commentary. Take a listen.
For Epstein, I've said this before, but just as a reminder, I do know somebody very, very close to this case who is in a position to know virtually everything. Not everything, but virtually everything. And this person has told me from the start, years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls.
That's not barely legal.
And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely
No.
He's dead. Why are you defending him?
Guys, it gets worse.
That's not what barely legal is. That's illegal.
I'm glad you picked up on that immediately.
He's not a
because
pedophile.
I was like, what?
Barely legal. It's not
But that
barely
he was
legal.
into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls.
Yeah, no.
And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just
Why are you
giving
doing
facts.
this?
Okay.
Listen.
That he wasn't into like 8-year-olds, but he liked the very young teen types.
Bro.
Still illegal.
First
thing I'm gonna say in this video is that
Why are you doing this?
She's doing the vouch thing, right?
Yeah,
she's doing, it's actually ebophilia. It's actually
Yeah.
hebophilia.
Yeah.
It's not.
But he's already dead. Like she couldn't possibly be benefiting from this in any way.
What's
It's
the
just
what is your
insane.
argument?
But wait, there's more.
that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look legal to a passerby. And
Oh my
that is
God.
what I believed, and that was what I reliably was told for many years. And it wasn't until we heard from Pam Bondi that they had tens of thousands of videos of alleged, forgive me, they used to call it kiddie porn. Now they call it child sexual abuse material.
Nobody ever called it
On
kiddie
his
porn in this
computer.
way.
That for the first time I thought, oh no, he was an actual pedophile. I mean,
Lady, I mean, I'm glad she got there,
I didn't know he was
but
fucking.
it's 2025.
Actually,
Wait.
too, I didn't know he was fucking like children. That's new to me.
Oh, about well, I don't know if that is alleged. It's that he had like child porn.
He had it.
Yeah.
He wasn't
I don't know if he was producing it,
making it.
or whatever, but that was some of
Well,
the
that's
stuff that
fucked
was.
up. That's
yeah,
really
no,
gross and weird.
He's
and
a monster.
horrible.
And I'm glad that she's come around to the view that he's a pedophile. But listen, I know
Up until this, I thought
it was bad, but like not that bad.
he was.
That's basically what she's saying.
Like I know guys like that. By the way,
Yeah, the use of the term barely legal and then mentioning 15, like that's not legal anywhere.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Barely,
That's not
Nowhere,
barely
no
anything.
state
Yeah.
is 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very legal is like a week after 18.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be barely legal. Yeah. So
And
yeah,
her-
again, 15 to me, 15 is pedophile. Like if you want to make the weird,
It's sexual abuse. It's sexual abuse.
yeah, if you want to make the weird,
Sam.
actually it's this, it's not that thing.
That's
go
not-
ahead, but like
Don't.
it's just not necessary to.
Actually, it's called hebophilia.
Yeah.
It's like save it for the judge, I guess.
Exactly.
I don't care.
Exactly.
You're
So
fucking kids, buddy.
that one really blew my mind.
I found this email, by the way.
Oh, you found it.
Epstein said Bill Clinton was never at his island. Jeffrey Epstein said in several emails that the former president never visited his estate in the Virgin Islands.
Oh well, I guess he's glad to hear
Yeah,
that.
the quote was Clinton was never ever there. Never. That's the quote.
That the
There's
plane
no
wasn't or
email?
that Bill Clinton wasn't.
Clinton.
I saw a picture
In
of
quotation
the
says
email.
Clinton. Epstein wrote Clinton was never ever there. Never.
I have.
Oh, that looks. So I have this thing that I've been curious if anyone agrees with. How do these guys not know that emails, text messages can get subpoenaed, they can get leaked?
They know.
Sometimes I feel like
They
this
talk too much.
This especially, they knew this shit was gonna get leaked to
No.
defend him or some weird shit.
No, they didn't know this was going
Because
to
They-
get
they're
leaked.
just lazy.
They were talking way too much. There was like no feasible way for them to hide all this communicating.
And I think they have so much power, they're not worried. They know.
Yeah.
It's who's going to subpoena me.
Yeah.
I think if this gets subpoenaed, they already know that like they're fucked.
Yeah.
Now, I think if I remember the details correctly, Clinton did have a long association with Jeffrey Epstein. He was on the flight logs a lot. I don't believe that there was any log of him going to the island. So I don't think that that's necessarily new information. I know that he did ride on the plane a lot though, and obviously like associated with.
Here's
them
the
a lot.
email, I think.
But
Here.
I think that's been known that he didn't necessarily go to the island, or at
Here it
least
is,
not
here it
on
is.
Epstein's plane.
This is from our boy JEE Vacation to the Duke, whoever the fuck that is.
To the Duke.
You okay? These stories are completely and utter fantasy. I don't know, and I've never met Al Gore. Clinton was never on the island. The telephone book is not mine. It was stolen by my houseman that is currently in prison for doing so.
Oh, okay. I kind of know what this is in reference to. So his Rolodex a long time ago got sold by a rogue employee. Like somebody like swiped it from him and sold it. And that was one of the earliest pieces of evidence we had about the whole Jeffrey Epstein conspiracy was this little black book.
So he's saying it's not his. It was stolen, but it's not his?
Yeah, that I'm not really following. But this, I saw that this email was from 2011. And so again,
he was chill
long before this was a big story.
Yeah.
Well, he had already been convicted at that point, but it was not like a national news story by any means.
Was it the first or second conviction?
The first.
Yeah, but he was chill after the first one.
Yeah, he got a slap on the wrist, basically. Yeah.
Okay. There it is, folks.
So there are many, like I said, there's many other aspects of this. So I apologize if do your own research, people. This is not the end of the story, but those were the parts that I found the most interesting and I thought everybody should be aware of. And yeah, I think my biggest takeaway again is people should be grilling the fuck out of Steve Bannon right now.
Steve Bannon, Michael Wolff, and Donald Trump.
And Trump.
And Trump, obviously, yes. But of the new revelations, the Bannon stuff to me is the most interesting.
Yeah.
Ask him. It's like, when you were being advised by Jeffrey Epstein, was this advice being passed along to Trump? Was Jeffrey Epstein an unofficial advisor in the first Trump administration?
Ask his brother.
Straight
ask
up.
Bannon.
Because
Ask
it sure
the Mooch.
reads that way.
All these motherfuckers talking.
Yeah,
to
the
Epstein.
Mooch, all these people, all of the people that are in this circle, Michael Wolff, like you said. So anyways, thanks for listening. That has been Dishing with Dan. Nate. Woo.
All right, guys, there it is.